Jennifer Zeng is a member of International Press Association and host of Inconvenient Truths by Jennifer Zeng, which aims at offering first-hand info and unique insights about China and CCP. She is now joining us live from New York. Hi, Jennifer, and welcome to WION World as One.
Hi, thank you for having me.
China has sneezed again. Will the world catch the cold?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure whether that is the case, but definitely this wave of new outbreak in China that has already, like you said, overwhelmed many hospitals does, I think, alarm the world, because we have very fresh memory of 2020 when the COVID first broke out in China.
Jennifer, what is China doing to contain this pneumonia outbreak from being contagious? Because unlike COVID, some type of pneumonia are contagious and can spread fast. And yet China is declining to provide further information.
Yeah, up to now, I don't see any kind of very, you can say, effective or proactive response from the government. I think the first thing they do is try to downplay the information. And actually, according to an inside source within the CCP, Xi Jinping himself actually ordered that not to report much about the pandemic or the epidemic, because he just finished his visit to the US. So the CCP's official media has been, trying to portray his visit to the US as a very successful diplomatic victory for him. So in the period when he was meant to try to promote his victory, he doesn't want the epidemic or the whatever outbreak to interfere with his victory flavor. So he is personally ordering the government or the official media to you can say censor the report. So for such a huge outbreak, you can't say much or any news stories about the outbreaks. You can say occasionally the official media publish a knowledge piece of how to deal with influenza or how to deal with pneumonia, what kind of preventional measures you can take. So overall in China, I think apart from trying to downplay the issue and to contain the information that is spread on the online, the official doesn't do much or anything.
Some say that this is seasonal and would likely fizzle out by spring. Most countries which border China, including India, are on the onset of winter. How should they stay alert and cautious?
I'm not quite sure. Actually, I just listened to your summary of the issue. I think yesterday, actually, Canada also reported the new cases of white lung diseases. So I think if it doesn't like a regular seasonal issue, because if it is a seasonal issue, every year we encounter the same issue. So the hospital should be very well prepared, because if it happens every year. But this year, a lot of hospitals in China are reporting 10 times more patients than ordinary year. So they'll say we can't see it's just as like a seasonal thing. Yeah, I think there is a factor. This is a flu season or this or that, but we need to recognize the fact that there are way more, 10 times more patients than maybe last year when we also have seasonal influenza. So this is very worrying. I think whether it will spread to the world or not depends on the nature of this outbreak, whether it's very infectious like COVID, or whether it's just a local thing or just children's immune system. So unless we really find out the cause of this outbreak, we can hardly say whether other countries should be very concerned or should they not.
All right, Jennifer, the last question to you, now that you've mentioned Canada and also we've mentioned the United States, which have been affected by pneumonia cases, what should be the immediate call of action by governments of these countries that may be affected, including India?
I think we should first of all push very hard for the CCP to offer us true information, or I think maybe better that for them to allow international medical experts to go into China and to investigate what's the real issue. I think the world set a very bad example when the COVID happened. Up to now, millions or maybe more than that people have died, but we still don't know where that virus come from. So if we let that issue pass and if we allow the CCP to conceal information like as usual, the world is in the dark and we are very helpless as to find an effective way to deal with the current issues.
All right, I've been talking to a member of International Press Association and host of Inconvenient Truths by Jennifer Zeng, which aims at offering first-hand info and unique insights about China and the CCP. Jennifer, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.